Good afternoon, class. I'm teacher Dan Warinda, and I welcome you back to our lesson. Previously, we finalized with the issues which are related to science and technology, and in this lesson, we want to discuss the impact of science and technology on the environment, and we are only going to define the terms, then we look at the Christian view. So some of the parts we are going to discuss, the effects of technology on the environment. One is pollution, on desertification, then we have deforestation, how technology leads to pollution, how technology leads to desertification, how technology leads to deforestation. And shall start with pollution. And pollution means the introduction into the environment of substances or energy that is liable to cause hazard to human health or cause harm to living resources and ecological system. So either in water or on land. So and we find that pollution causes damage to structure or interferes with the legitimate use of the environment. First, let's look at what are some of the substances that cause pollution, either on land, on water, or air. So one, we have the industrial influent or the industrial waste. We have pesticides and insecticides. We have fertilizers. We have smoke. We have noise. And lastly, we have exhaust gases from automobiles. So, and now let's look at the types of pollution. The pollution on land, air pollution, water pollution, and noise pollution. And in land pollution, we find that this is any physical or chemical alteration to land which causes change in its use and renders it capable or beneficial use without treatment. So anything which makes land to be unuseful. It is polluted by influence from factories, garbage heaps, and use of chemicals such as fertilizers. So land pollution may be in the land. For example, if you are a farmer and you have used more or excess herbicides, so that can cause pollution on the land. If you have used more fertilizer as required on the soil, so that's known as land pollution. So class, let's now look at air pollution. Air pollution means the presence of contaminants or objects such as metal which cause injuries to man, plants, or animals' life in the atmosphere. So, effects of air pollution on the land. So, what are the effects of air pollution? If you have used more herbicides or insecticides while spraying the crops, if there is smoke, the gases emitted from the vehicles, what are the effects of them on air? So air pollution may cause respiratory problems for human beings. If you inhale the carbon dioxide emitted from automobiles, the gases can cause respiratory problems. We also find that formation of air pollution leads to formation of acid rain which damages the buildings, thus and also destroy trees. If you have ever seen some of the roof or the iron sheet, they were white in nature, but nowadays, or after a few times, they change to reddish. So that's the effects of air pollution caused by the acid rain. The formation of smog, especially in temperate countries, reduces the visibility, more so to the drivers, and thus may lead to accident. It can also lead to loss of eyesight as a result of gas leakage from the industrial plants. So those are some of the effects of air pollution. And now let's look at the third part, that's water pollution. And water pollution can be defined as the increase of substances in water in excess of its rightful chemical component, thus making it unsuitable for human or animal use. So if gases, let's say the sewage, has been released or into water, then it can, that's what in excess, that's what is known as water pollution, and it has an effect. So one of the effects of water pollution is that water becomes unfit for human consumption, and contaminated water cannot be used by a human being or animals or trees. Then untreated sewage may cause typhoid. If the sewage is released into water bodies and it is untreated and someone consumed it or used it for domestic purposes, it might cause typhoid. Water pollution generates direct health hazard to swimmers and also the other users. So in the remaining few minutes class, let's finalize with noise pollution, which is always common in you. You remember every time teacher tells you, please stop making noise. So noise pollution, it is experienced in areas near roads, running water, factories, mining areas, quarries, airports, music shop centers, and also you should not forget in class, where some of us engage in it. And what are the effects of somebody make noise? What are the effects of noise pollution? So one is that it causes hearing problems. It might cause lack of sleep, especially for children and patients, so they don't enjoy their sleep. Poor noise pollution can also cause poor communication, thus leads to misunderstanding. If, let's say, there's a speaker speaking and some of us are making noise, then the message will not be delivered properly, thus cause misunderstanding. And lastly, noise pollution can cause cracking on walls. So class, thus will bring us to the end of this lesson, and God willing, in our next lesson we shall discuss how can we minimize noise pollution. Thank you and welcome.